All right, another month of EQ has started. Let's run through Chapter 1.1. We've got a Punisher 2099. Magneto works really well. I did speed these fights up just a little bit. They are Thronebreaker difficulty fights. They do take some time to run through some of these ones, so I did speed them up a tiny little bit, but Magneto works great for Punisher 29. I'm sure there are tons of counters for these ones. I think so I saw someone put out like Tigra doing all of them. I'm not a good Tigra player, but you know, there are champions that are going to be able to blitz through all these. I'm sure Hercules can probably go through most of them. But on my first run through, this is what I chose to go with. Magneto is our reliable hashtag metal champion counter. There's a bunch of healing on this node. We're just going to ignore it altogether, build up to a special 3, drop, take that special on the block, and then charge up our prowess, and drop a nice big old special 3. Doesn't quite nuke him down, but the bleeds will tick away, and down goes Punisher 2099. Next up, we've got a Crossbones. I went with Apocalypse. He can't have his... he's got redlining, so you basically, every time you get to a special one, you have to throw your special. Pretty much, if you get over too far over 2 bars of power, you're going to gain power too fast, and then you're going to take a bunch of burst damage. You still can't get the parries off with him against Crossbones because he's got his Furies up pretty much the entire fight. But it's not too bad. It's a bunch of baiting special ones, counter with your special one, and just rinse and repeat the entire time. I'm sure there are lots of champions that can run through this. You just have to be careful that with the redlining, that you when you get over like 2 bars of power, that you don't shoot up like to if you get too much, you're going to take a bunch of burst damage. So I just stuck with spamming special ones, and you will be absolutely fine. There's nothing else too crazy here. But yeah, we just sped this one up. Just again, sped up all of them because it just takes some time here on this one. So he's a lot of ability accuracy reduction and debuff. He's shrugging off almost everything there because he's got the ability accuracy from those armor ups. I'm sure, again, probably a nullified champion would work probably very well. Get rid of those. Get rid of the Furies, and then you don't have to deal with it as much. You won't be able to shrug off all your debuffs. But again, this is what I went with on my first try. I haven't gone back and done a second run through yet. We got solos on all of them the first time around, so we're just going to keep those, even if they're not the greatest counters. Again, if you have any really good counters that you had, throw them down in the comments below. Help everyone out. Give them some other ideas, because I haven't really gone through it yet. We'll probably do some live streams with CavEQ, but we'll see what we can do. Next up is Red Skull here. For fun, I brought in America Chavez. He's armor break immune. There's foresight, power struggle, and explosive personality. So basically, the only way you'll get extra power by hitting into the block, but unless you use a power burn immune champion, you can't hit into the block, and hitting into the block is explosive personality. So I just decided to go here. We're not going to hit into the block at all. I'm sure I could have gone with intercepts, but I didn't want to risk getting power burned by accidentally hitting into the block. So here we are just going to play with America Chavez. We can get our nice mid-combo stuns, chain them into specials, try and get all 3 of her charges up at the same time, and she hits pretty hard against champions that have a lot of buffs. So it's not really too bad. A bunch of, again, similar to the other fight, Beta, if he throws a special, then you're going to lose power. So basically, as you push him over a bar of power, you can chain into your special, and then when he throws it, you just go rinse and repeat the exact same thing over and over again. So as soon as I put him over a bar of power, I throw my special, let him throw a special, power disappears. And just kind of rinse and repeat the entire time. There we got him to 2 bars, so we got the special 2 off. Here we're just going to wait and see if he actually throws that special 2 at us. Not too bad at evading that one, but would prefer to evade the special one more often than not. There, accidentally hit into his block, but that's okay. Yeah, but it was pretty fun with America Chavez here. Again, I'm sure there are lots of champions that can get this guy down. Again, I think a Nullify champion would be excellent because I think he's armor break immune on this one. So Nullify champ probably the way to go. But America Chavez worked really nicely for me, and I was pretty happy with it. So at the end of the day, a solo is a solo. Doesn't matter if it takes a little bit longer. But yeah, it worked out pretty well here. And it was just a fun excuse to take out the America Chavez. All right, so a few more. There we go. Chain another combo into special one. And he's almost finished. There we go. So Red Skull is down. Next, I kind of screwed up on this one. I was focused on the glancing, and because size matters in micro reflect, but the bottom one, debilitating refund. If you have any debuffs on you, then his specials are only gonna cost 80% of the power. And I was thinking, okay, fine, I have, I'm gonna go ahead and if I can get all my debuffs shrugged off, then I'll be okay. But at a certain point, he does not. I get rid of all my rage debuffs because I do have the right here. I'm in overpower mode. He's at a special 2. And he doesn't throw it because he doesn't, or at least when he throws it, he doesn't gain enough power because he has, I think, because he has a debuff on. So it's either, I guess it's I have a debuff on me. So there, he throws it, but he doesn't lose any power. So now I'm stuck playing up against the wall. I think probably someone like a Mole Man who's also really, who's like extra large and can shrug off debuffs easily. So that might be a really nice way to go. But here, I'm not a Quake player, but I'm basically doing my best Kingpin Quake impression here in the corner. And eventually we're going to... we throw a Striker to try and get some distance, see if he'll throw a special. He finally throws it, but he's still not losing enough power. He finally throws it again. I'm going to use a special 2 to kind of create some spacing. And I'm just stuck dealing with this, but I'm hitting pretty hard in the overpower mode, and we go for a special 1 and we finish it. So not the best counter there at all. I'd probably go with someone completely different the next time around, but Kingpin did get the job done. Next, we've got our first look at Kate Bishop. So you just have to make sure that you want to be aggressive and you don't want to be stuck up against the wall. There is Bubble Shield to look out for. I did play a little bit of Incursion, so I've tried out the specials a little bit already. I just want to stay close to the right side. You don't want to get stuck on the left side because then you cannot dex the special. So that's the issue. If you get stuck up against your wall on the left-hand side, you won't be able to evade that special. And then if you do get hit by it, that's going to be quite annoying. So if you try and evade it up against your wall on the left and you get hit in the face, that is why. So Apocalypse works phenomenal here for for Kate Bishop. And... yeah, we just do the same thing. Stay aggressive. Even on the special 2, we block that one there. Just make sure you keep tabs on the bubble shield timer because if you block those 10 hits, the next one is going to be unblockable. You don't want that to be a special or you can get nuked. So next one up, the final one is, was this Viv Vision. So I went with Magneto. The annoying part is that you can't, if you block a hit, you're going to get a charge. And if you get 3 of those like if you do a parry. So every time you parry, you get that orange charge. If you get 3 parries, you're going to take a bunch of damage. If you hit into their, to Viv Vision's block, you'll remove one of those charges. And here, I try to evade the end of that special 1, and I didn't quite have the timing there. We take some damage. Which is a little bit annoying, but later on we do get a full evade on the special 1. I would try and push to special 2, even though I know the node is specific that she's more likely to throw the special 1. What I did here is every time I would I'd get a couple charges, I'd try and get her to turtle up, hit into the block and remove those charges as we build our way to special 3. She is immune to armor breaks on, I believe, on the node. So you're not going to get a big, if you might get some big burst damage. And again, I'm sure there are lots of characters that can do this instead of Magneto. I just figured I'd try him out, see if I could get it done. That special 2, I need to work on the timing, but you can punish that special 2 really, really easily. I finally get up to a special 3, get some prowess. We are going to get a significant chunk of damage, plus we're going to get the Furies afterwards, so we are going to be hitting pretty hard. There's a nice hit, and even the heavy hits pretty hard there afterwards. So that's nice, some nice direct damage on the heavy. That special 2, again, after that little kick there, you can, at the very end, once she pops up, you can attack in there. We did get the full dex on that one, or at least it felt like it. And we didn't feel like we got hit on that one. And again, we're just going to be careful of those 3 charges. Normal hits are fine. It's the only thing that's going to be is well-timed blocks. I do get kicked there. I mistimed that. But we got it down. I hope that helps. And we'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.